So good afternoon everyone. This is Nashreehaya, CAPAL and Pangandaman, and our topic is Translanguaging Dynamics, a comparative study on the efficacy of mother tongue as and English as medium of instruction for secondary level students in Marawi City. It is imperative to recognize the pivotal importance of this study within the multifaceted realms of education, language, and cultural identity. The research delves into the intricate interplay between language choices, cognitive development, and cultural identity formation during a transformative period, which is the secondary level students. Beginning with this choice to focus on secondary level students was because we can all agree that this phase is significant to the students' developmental phase because this is where cognitive abilities evolve, specialized subjects are being introduced like the mathematics, algebra, the science, higher education science, and all of that. And students in this phase stand in the brink of higher education, which is proceeding to the college studies. So, according to the research of McGill and his other researchers, it is suggested that adolescence, which is the age of secondary level students, is a sensitive developmental period. It is because students learn to think critically, solve more difficult problems, and study a wide range of topics during their secondary education schooling. Furthermore, this is the period where they finally have a grasp on the English language and realize what kind of language are they comfortable with on using it as their medium of instruction, comfortable on oral recitation and others. So that is the reason why scrutinizing these language dynamics during this transformative period becomes a lens through which to unravel not only academic impacts but also profound connections between language choices and the holistic development of the students. This research seeks to contribute nuanced insights into the effectiveness of language instruction methods, recognizing the cultural and contextual relevance of the mother tongue while simultaneously acknowledging the global importance of English. The comparative analysis in this study aims to illustrate the distinctive contributions and challenges posed by each medium, offering a comprehensive understanding of their roles in shaping the multifaceted learning experiences in Marawi City. So, since Marawi City has a unique linguistic and cultural context because it is a multilingual city in which you can actually find a person that holds and speaks four languages, which is the Bisaya, Maranao, English and Filipino, and you maybe even find more. So it is a perfect place to conduct from on which of the two, mother tongue and English, are the students more comfortable in terms of education as their medium of instruction. So Maranao is the main language being used in this city, while English in this modernized world is the desired language in which people are craving for being proficient in English because of educational, social, and economical factors. I have observed that most parents living in Marawi are using the English language as medium of instruction, communication, and instruction to their kids, and have learned the main reason, which is that they want their kids to excel in terms of academics in school. Second is the social factors, which is it is known here that if a child's first language is English, he or she might came from a wealthy family. So basically, stereotyping, and people or more many parents want to be part of that stereotyping where they want their kids to be admired by the other kids or other families. Implications of this study extend far beyond the local context. It reaches into the realms of educational policy and curriculum design, potentially influencing not only localized practices but also contributing valuable perspectives to the ongoing global discourse on effective learning education. So, in essence, this research represents an intricate exploration into the intersections of language, education, and identity, with the implications resonating far beyond the specific context of Marawi City's secondary level students.
So good day everyone, and especially ma'am. No, so my name is Kapil Nashreehaya M, and I will be continuing the discussion. So So here we have three research questions for this study. So first is what is the language used in the classroom? So here we will be the researchers will be including the demographic profile of the students, such as their age, grade level, and of course their language used in the classroom to determine, no. And second is what is the attitude towards the language used. So here we are going to identify how do the respondents, the students, see or view the language used in their classroom as the medium of instruction, no. And third research question is we have the what is the implication of the efficacy of mother tongue or English as a medium of instruction for secondary level student in Marawi City. So here in this research question, we are determining if we will be determining if the language used in your classroom has a big impact on them, whether it is a positive impact or negative impact.
Research methodology is the organized set of procedures and techniques used by researchers to plan, conduct, and analyze a study. So this contributes to the credibility and quality by guiding researchers in their approach and decision making. So for the research design, this research used a descriptive correlational research design and uses both quantitative and qualitative methods to be able to gather true results from the respondents. So by using both quantitative and qualitative methods, we use this to get the good results, which is by using survey questionnaire and interview, so that we can get the results from the respondents perfectly and to so that it can correlate with our topic. So the descriptive method will be used comprehensively to understand the subject by evaluating the demographic profile of the respondents, such as their grade level, sex, age, as well as the language used inside the classroom. This aims to gather the baseline information that will support the findings, so that we can gather the data on why they were able to speak the mother tongue or English fluently in that age or in that sex or in that grade level. So what are the possible procedures that they have undergone into to be able to be proficient in that type of language? So in correlational design will be used to analyze the efficacy and preferability between English and the mother tongue as a medium of instruction inside the classroom. So this design is to analyze whether what is the most effective for the students. So by this design, we are finding out with what is the reason behind that preferability between the English and the mother tongue. Is it because of comfortability, because of the trend, because of the modernization, economical, social, or educational factors, or anything? So the quantitative method uses numerical data from the survey questionnaire, allowing clear analysis and the ability to draw statistical conclusions about the preferability of the students on the usage of a language as the medium of instruction. So this quantitative method will be used so that we can get exact results by giving them specific survey questionnaire. The qualitative design then offers the ability to provide an in-depth understanding that captures nuanced data and uncovers valuable insights through an interview with the respondents regarding the attitude and the efficacy of the two languages, English and mother tongue, as a medium of instruction to the secondary level students from Marawi City. So by interviewing the respondents, we are able to get the reasons this why this type of language is more effective than the other. So maybe the reason is because the students prefer maybe the reason why the students prefer the mother tongue was because they are comfortable on using them and be able to answer confidently in class by using the mother tongue, or maybe they want the English one because the English has more benefits in the future. So through this design, the researchers will be able to identify the preferability of these secondary level students, specifically the grade 10 students of Marawi City National High School and International Academy of Marawi schools in Marawi City. So This study will be conducted at two schools, which are private and public. So these two schools chosen was the Marawi City National High School, which is located in Dato Sabir, Marawi City. It is a public school that teaches secondary level students from grade 7 to senior high school. So the other one is the Academy of Marawi, which is located in Kadayunan to Marawi City. So these two schools, private and public school, was chosen to conduct a comparative study on the usage between the two languages, which is the English and mother tongue, as a medium of instruction. So Marawi City is chosen because it is known that it uses mixed language as a medium of instruction, which is the mixture of English, Filipino, and Maranao, to further let the students understand the lesson, since according to what I had observed while studying there in high school, you can find some grade 7 upwards students who do not fully grasp the English as their medium of instruction. Considering that these teachers basically transfer to using the mother tongue, so that they are able to understand the lesson properly. So with these considerations, we chose this school to find out what the students prefer as their medium of language, considering the modernization happening around the world, especially the spread of trends in the social media like the Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and others. So as for choosing the International Academy of Marawi, we chose this school because it is known to use English as their medium of instruction inside the classroom. So for the participants of this study, grade 10 students from International Academy of Marawi, Kadayonan to Marawi City, and Marawi City National High School, located in the Sabir, Marawi City, will be participating in this study so that we can determine the difference between the preferability of the students or the use of the language who the use of the language as a medium of instruction from a private and a public school. So furthermore, this will be able to assess the attitude and efficacy between two languages, which is the English and mother tongue, as a medium of instruction by distributing the survey questionnaire to get specific results to the two classes of grade 10 students and through means of interview. The average age for the grade 10 students is 15 to 18. So by this age, we are able to determine why do they have the preferability on using this English or the mother tongue. And by interviewing the grade 10 students, we are able to know the more specific reason on why did the students prefer this language over the other one.
So, so next is we're going to move on to the research instruments. So in this study, we will be using survey questionnaire and interview guide. No, so the survey questionnaire will be adapted and modified from the study of Bremen and Kenya in order to answer the research question, of course, of this study. So the researchers are planning that the questionnaire will be composed of 30 items, and which will be divided into four parts. The first part is demographic profile of the students, their attitudes towards the language use, and its implication of efficacy of the mother tongue and the English as a medium of instruction for secondary level. No, so the choices for this survey questionnaire will be strongly agree, disagree, and strongly disagree. So next is we have the interview guide. No, so in the interview guide, the researchers will use the interview guide in a study of Malay, or as a reference in order to formulate interview questions. So next is we have the procedure. No, a questionnaire and interview guide will be used to as an instrument to gather the data in this study. So yeah, that is the most need in order to finish this study. So, and the questionnaire will be checked by the research instructor, of course, and the researchers will ask permission from their research teacher instructor if they can proceed and conduct their study by giving a letter of permission, and the teacher will sign it. No? So after the teacher has given her go signal, of course, the researcher will conduct the study. So the researchers will personally conduct their study to the respondents. Personally, because in person, because the conducting of study will be more effective. It is being conducted personally, because you see it, that your target respondent is really the one who is answering your survey. And also, if some clarification, if the respondents have some clarification about your survey, you can answer and explain it to them personally, and parang mas maintindihan mo pa and ma-express mo pa ng maayos. So the researchers will then collect the data for interpretation, and will tally the gathered data. So next is the interpreting of the collected data, no? So the researchers will interpret and analyze the data gathered by using statistical tools, no? And based on that, on the interpretation of the data, the researchers will have their findings, conclusion, and recommendations. Next is the method of analysis. Next is the method of analysis. To analyze, the researcher will use the frequency and percentage. So this will be used to get the distribution of the respondents according to different categories of variables being asked. No. Next is weighted mean. So this will be used to get the average responses and each of the statement indicators that will be used to determine the comparison of the efficacy of mother tongue and English as a medium of instruction for secondary level students in Marawi City. And next is we have here the standard deviation. So this will be used to compare the variability of the two or like more set of responses to the questionnaire. And ma'am, that will be, and everyone, that will be all. Thank you. So now we're going to proceed on to our theoretical framework. So here we have two theoretical frameworks. So the first one is the socio-educational theory by Gardner. No? It was stated in this theory that a child who goes through a learning processes seriously needs the usage of words of his environment according to Chokwa 2011. So meaning, no, in a Marana society, it is preferable that the use of language of instruction in their class should be the language in their in the society should be the language in their class, so which is their mother tongue. Also, in this theory, it talks about the motivation. No, so in terms of motivation, an individual is considered motivated when he or she has a drive and desire for some goal, is persistent, applies effort to achieve it, and enjoy the activity, and is attentive to the task and utilizes strategies among other attributes according to Lovato 2011. So this implies that when applied to this study, as if that the used language in the classroom as medium instruction is what the learners wanted, no, it might trigger the motivation of the students because it is the language they are they wanted to learn, they like, no. So for example, if the learners want to achieve to enhance their English language due to the reason, like for example, it is considered as a high class language, no, then the students will want to use the language as the English as a medium of instruction, and will require the student to put more effort and be more motivated in the class, which will be the reason for the students to improve their performance, no. So on the other hand naman, if the students prefer to use their mother tongue because it is because they are more comfortable with it, and only the language they are expert to, and it is the language used as a medium of instruction inside their class, no, then this will drive the students to be more motivated into school and will participate more, and of course drive them to have more confidence and lead them to achieve more goals, which will lead the students to increase their performance in schools. Kaya nga kasi yun yung gusto nilang language, yun yung language sa comfortable sila, no? Okay.
So for the other theoretical framework, we will be using the schema theory. So what is exactly schema? So schema is basically adding another language from the prior knowledge. So according to Anderson's schema theory, children learn new concepts by relating to new on what they already know, or prior knowledge. So how can we apply the schema theory on the usage of language? So when applying it to this study, it states that it is more preferable to use the mother tongue language so that the students will be able to understand the concept first because it is used in their homes and in the school. So by that, the students will be able to understand the concept of of the lesson more. So before introducing them to another language, before introducing them to the English language. So after introducing them to another language, which is English, the students will be able to comprehend the knowledge more because they are able to transfer that language to their mother tongue in their minds. So that makes it more understandable for them. So the learners will be able to comprehend properly and to understand and the students will be more active in this regard. So in this theory, we can say that mother tongue is preferable to use before introducing them to another language, which is the English, before having to fully grasp that another language. So the students should be able to learn the concept of the mother tongue properly